Students, today we are going to learn about rural local self-government of grade 6. As you know that our country is vast in area and is having huge population. It is about 1.35 million population. So it is not possible for a single government to sit in New Delhi and control the entire state. Thus, there is division of levels in the government. Different levels are there. You can see in this picture, in the center at the top we are having the central government, then we are having the state government, and under that we are having the local or urban government. So, this is a three-tier system. In the central government or the union government, the central government or the union government is sitting in New Delhi and applying some policies or taking the decisions which is being applied all over India. There are few matters like railways, banking, maybe defense. All these matters, the central government is taking the decision and is being applied all over India. Similarly, in state also there is a state government, and in that each state there is a capital and there the state government is operating. In the state like West Bengal is a state, and in West Bengal's capital is Kolkata. So the government, the state government of West Bengal is working from Kolkata. Similarly, other states also are having in the similar manner. Under this state government we are having local self government, and this local self government is the grassroots level. See, just at the bottom we are having this local self government. So these are the grassroots level governments, and this can be broadly categorized into two parts. One is a rural and the other is the urban. Rural means village, urban means town or cities. So, what is the work of this local government? The work of this local self-government is to solve the needs and the problems of the common people. To solve the needs and the problems of the common people of that area is the work of this local government. So, rural means the village setup, and the urban means the town or the cities. So you can see here we are having local self-government divided into two categories, and under that category you can see the rural side. Here in the rural part again we are having three divisions. One is the Zilla Parishad, then is the block samitis, and then we are having the panchayats. So at the grassroots level, first we discussed about the hierarchical system present in our central, state, rural or urban. Now under rural we are having three more categories, that is Zilla Parishad, block samiti and panchayats. From this picture you can understand a little bit that few houses, that means panchayats, few villages together, few houses are forming one panchayat, few villages are forming one panchayat, and from few panchayats together they are forming one samiti, and all few samitis together are forming this Zilla Parishad. Okay, let us understand this. First, panchayats. Panchayats are at the village level. Panchayats are at the village level. And block samiti. In the block level, we are having the block samitis. Okay, in the block level, we are having the block samitis. And in the Zilla Parishad at the district level. So the word panchayat means punch. Panchayat means punch. Punch means 5. So it is a selection of 5 elderly people from a village. Okay, we are studying about the Panchayati Raj now. What is the meaning of Panchayati Raj? Panchayati Raj means where the 5 people are being selected. The 5 elderly people are getting selected, and they try to solve the disputes among the villagers. Whatever problems they are facing, that is getting disputed. Already this system was there in India since the Mughal period. But when the Britishers came, they could not understand how the system is working. because they were not having faith over the Indians. So they used to send their own officials to the panchayat levels. Now it was very difficult for the common people to communicate with them. So again the panchayat system during the British period got diminished. Again after the independence in the democratic government, again this system got revived. This system came back. You can see the panchayat system of a village usually has three parts. One is Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat and Nyay Panchayat. What is Gram Sabha? Gram Sabha means all the members of a village, those who have attained the age of 18 and casting vote, they are the member of Gram Sabha or village assembly. They meet twice a year. They held 2 meetings and they meet twice a year. Above the Gram Sabha, we are having Gram Panchayat, and these Gram Panchayat are the elected members from Gram Sabha. Again, few members from Gram Sabha are getting selected as the member of Gram Panchayat, and this when the election is done of this, or the selection is done of this Gram Panchayat, seats are reserved. Okay, during the election the seats are reserved for SC, ST and women's also. Reservation is done. Why the reservation is done? Just because these communities were not active in participation of in the elections, so and they were getting very diminished from the mainstream people. So in order to pull them front, the government have made the constitution have made this kind of rule so that they also have the equal participation. Next we are having Nyay Panchayat. From the term itself you can understand Nyay means justice. So what happens, these are the very small units of Gram Panchayat. They are the elected members once again, and they try to settle the disputes in the villager in the village area, and they try it in a very speedy, and they resolve in a very speedy manner and in a very low cost. Okay, when there is some problem, it can be criminal case also and it can be any civil case also. So suppose somebody is working under some owner and they are not paying, then that dispute also will get solved by Nyay Panchayat. Nyay means justice. So this body is providing justice to the panchayat level. So what are the features of panchayat? Here we are having sarpanch. Okay, as I was saying you, panch. Panchayat means panch. There will be 5 members and there will be one pradhan or sarpanch. Okay, and he or she is directly elected by Gram Sabha. Gram Sabha means all the members, all the villagers. Those who are casting their vote, those who are above 18, they can cast the vote and select the sarpanch or pradhan. The vice sarpanch or upapradhan is also elected. Okay, the villagers are casting their vote and electing. The vice sarpanch takes over the responsibilities of the sarpanch in his absence. Okay, what is the work of a sarpanch? The sarpanch will call for meeting, do announcements, will sign the documents, and this panchayat is elected for terms of 3 years or 5 years. In most part of India, it is applicable as 5 years. What is the function of a panchayat? Function of a panchayat can be divided into 2 categories. One is the compulsory functions and the other is the optional functions. Compulsory functions which have to be provided by the panchayat, like primary education, construct building, vaccination, then clean drinking water, health facilities, roads have to be built, they have to be constructed, water tanks, wells, bridges, all these have to be taken care of. Then record of the birth certificate, death certificate, help the farmers in developing their crops, cattle, and maybe even helping the poor people also, those who are the poor sections. Okay, now optional is they can do and they cannot. They can build any rest house they want to, or install any radio or television, it is according to them. They can build any playground if they wish to. It can be they can organize any cattle fair, in the market village. So it is their wish. If they wish, they can do this. It is not compulsory. Next is function of a Nyaya Panchayat. As I told you, they takes up very small civil cases or criminal cases where both the parties stand face to face and they have a discussion about the matters, that what is their problem, and they try to settle down the dispute. Basically, they impose little bit of fine and tries to resolve the matter. And when they will be resolving in Nyaya Panchayat, nobody is put in the jail. Like if you go to take the same kind of matter in a court, in a district court or maybe in a high court, then one will be punished and can be put behind the bars, put behind the jail, right? But in Nyaya Panchayat, nobody is put in the jail. They will just discuss the matter and try to solve it in a mutual manner, and little bit of fine can be applied. And if any one of them feels okay, the panchayat have not took a right decision, then they can go up to the court and then appeal there in the district court or in the high court and appeal there for their hearing. What is the importance of a gram panchayat? The importance of a gram panchayat is to solve the daily problems, whatever kind of problem, like social problem, economical problem, or judicial kind of problem, that is getting resolved by panchayati raj system, because panchayat is a grassroots level. So if we summarize, today we came to know that we are having a central government, that is a union government in New Delhi, and each state is having its own government, that is the state government. And under the state government we are having the local government, that is the rural local government or urban local government. Again, in the rural sector we came to know we are having Zilla Parishad, Block Samiti and Panchayat. Under Panchayat we came to know there is Gram Sabha, Gram Panchayat and Nyaya Panchayat. And we came to know about the roles and duties and functions of the Panchayati system. Hopefully you understood the chapter, and in the next video we are going to learn about Block Samiti and Zilla Parishad. Thank you.